Hello, everybody. It's a beautiful rainy day in the lovely town of Gilded Vale, and Tamwen, the Orlan con artist, is going to check in on a woman she heard about when she was solving some problems at the local mill. A dear wooden woman is standing in front of the fireplace, humming a quiet tune to herself, or perhaps to her unborn child, for she is clearly quite pregnant. She turns her head slightly as you enter.
How do you do?
She says, "Well, finally, I was starting to think... Oh, I'm sorry, I was expecting someone else. Can I help you?" "Who are you expecting?" "My sister, Kalisha, is traveling with one of the caravans. She sent a letter before she came, said she was going to pay her way by working as a guard for the caravan master. She was always a tough one. I don't suppose you've seen her on the road, or the caravan, perhaps? It's Master Odema's." "Oh, this is awkward. I was with that caravan. I'm afraid the rest of the caravan was killed." Avra covers her mouth with a hand, eyes wide with horror. For a few moments she can manage nothing but a strangled, voiceless gasping, her eyes brimming with tears. "I knew. I told her it was a dangerous path to take. Kalisha was always so certain she could take on any danger. Oh, my poor sister. I'm sorry, stranger. I can't believe she's gone. If only I hadn't called her here, if I hadn't written to her, she might still be alive somewhere." Tamwen is not really interested in this woman's meltdown. She just wants to know, why did you send for Kalisha? "I'm worried about the baby, about the legacy. I told Kalisha as much as I could, but all I know is that for a long time now, every child born in Gilded Vale has been soulless, empty. It's happened to so many mothers, and Lord Radric, he's exiled all of them, calling it a sign of the gods' disfavor. With my Hathor gone, I don't know how I'd manage if I lost my home, too. I hoped Kalisha could help me. They say Ranga, the old midwife, knows a way to prevent a child being hollow-born, but she moved south to Unslog's Compass 2 seasons ago. The journey's too far for me. I can't make it as I am, but I don't have anyone else now with Kalisha gone. Please, can you help me?" That's a long ways to go. What's in this for me?" "I can only offer you coin, but Ranga has many potions and crafts for sale. Maybe you'll find something of interest. So it wouldn't be a wasted trip. I'm sorry, I don't have much. You're welcome to some of my food if you want. I have some fruit." "I'll think about it if I ever head that way. That's all I can ask. Thank you. I'm sorry, I need a moment." Tamwen is happy to give her a moment to melt down. She is not really comfortable with emotional displays. And she says to her friends, "I don't know, guys. It seems like it's a long way from here, and it doesn't sound like she has much coin to offer us." But her friends remind her that their main priority is just getting out of town, so anything is better than Gilded Vale. And now they at least have a destination. Maybe this midwife Ranga does have some interesting potions. Maybe she has some money to offer them for something. So, it's the only lead we have for now. Let's follow it. Before we can get to Unslog's Compass, we're going to have to pass through an area called Magran's Fork. And that's what we're going to focus on mostly for this episode, because we won't have time to finish the whole thing. We're going to go into our scouting formation.
They'll never know I'm here.
Whenever you're in a new place, it's good to see and not be seen. There's a little wolf down here, so we're going to have Adair come out of stealth first to get its attention. Over here. Here, boy. Here, boy. Here, wolfie, wolfie. Oh, it knocked him down. That's rude. While I'm here, since this is not too difficult of a battle, now is the time to adjust the character AI. I want Tamwen to be cautious class behavior. And for auto attack, I'm going to set her to defensive, so she seek out nearby enemies, but she won't go like running off to look for them the way I want Adair to. So I'm going to leave him on aggressive. Hold ground is good, but we're going to uncheck per rest abilities. I don't think he has any yet, but with Aloth, this is particularly important because he has so many spells that he'll just start casting willy-nilly, and you might want to save them for more difficult battles or whatever. I'm setting him to defend self, so he won't attack unless he's engaged by an enemy. And then when the battle's already going and somebody's defeated, he'll seek out a new person to attack. But he's not going to go start a battle, like, ever. Which is good, because he is made of paper. Okay, so let's kill this wolf.
I shall deal with this one.
Everybody can unstealth now. Tamwen, you might as well blind this guy. If possible, I like to have her attack from stealth because she has that backstab ability that causes it to do more damage if she hits from stealth. She's still using the Disappointer. Remember that terrible pistol we got in the very first episode? I'm going to find her a better one at some point, but she's doing alright with it, I guess. That was a per encounter ability that Aloth just used there, so he'll get it back for the next battle, no worries. Let's grab a little plant there to make potions or whatever. And now we're going to just head down the road, not in stealth, because usually if you're traveling along a road, you're relatively safe. Tamwen stops because she sees another apparition, and then she sees another guy standing by the statue of Magran, but she thinks, I'm probably just seeing things again. This guy gives me a weird feeling.
Saw you in the flames.
But then he speaks to her. So she says, guys, wait here a second. He's an ugly man with pox scars and a scraggly beard. His breathing reminds her of a bellows. And his grin reminds her of a bear trap. Also, she catches a hint of alchemical fire, the scent of it in the air.
Come to pray at the statue.
The statue takes on a reddish cast, as if one is holding a torch to it, then slowly blossoms into waving flames.
The others are welcome, but it's best if just you and I trade words, and your shadows stay quiet. Hands off their weapons, both arcane and steel. It's only you I want to trade words with anyway. I swear before the whore that is Magran, no harm will come to you in her shadow, if that's enough of a promise for you. If not...
Tamwen sort of checks this guy out, and she sees that the hems of his robes, including the sleeves, are burned at the edges, as if he walked a great distance across a fire and then reached into the flames with his hands to pull something out. She looks at his staff, and it's made of ash, but beneath the wood, the lines have shapes and patterns, and she has a certainty that the staff was once something far more dangerous, but not now. The staff shimmers, as if it were catching the light weaving across the statue. She's definitely getting some weird vibes from this guy and his staff. So she says, I didn't catch your name or why you wanted to speak with me.
I didn't give it. You probably find names as useless as I do. The names that litter this world like debris are hard enough to wrap around the tongue. And what do they matter? It's what's beneath the skin and the letters I care about. What burns within. It's more important to me you're a watcher than whatever culture or accent decorates your letters like awkward crowns. If you need a title to hang on me to match your own watcher, then call me Durance. And as you observe souls, I test them.
What do you mean? I can see the questions bubbling up. Let's burn them away one by one.
I am a missionary. I walk this diseased nation with its heathen, It's people so careless with the spirits of others and their own, watchers among them. Yes, I know you for what you are, and your name doesn't interest me. Names are for honest folk, and you are a crack that shines light from another place. We're meant to travel together, you and I. Saw you in the flames. Not your face, but that soul of yours. All tightened up, like a huntsman's knot.
And what is it you think you can offer me?
There's things we can teach each other. If you're in need of answers to your mantle of questions.
Oh, Tamwen does have a lot of questions.
I don't force my words on anyone other than you. I don't care who walks with you or what their muling problems and politics are. There's enough howling in the world without me stoking that fire. Many will stand against you. They probably already have, from what I can see. Left their marks, it seems. Like a trail, worming its way behind you.
If your stone mistress there allows it, then come on.
Her? Don't fear her jealousy. Let us see what the road holds, Watcher.
And so now we have a priest. And he needs some leveling up to catch up with the rest of us. I enjoy the priest class a lot. My very favorite watcher is actually a priest. Let's give him a little more athletics. For his first talent, I always give him Brilliant Radiance. Holy Radiance is a per encounter AoE that gives you endurance back, everybody, within the AoE, which is awesome. And this allows it to do burn damage as well, so love it. I love per encounter abilities. Let's give him just a little more stealth. And for now, that will do it. He's unlocked his level 2 priest spells. You can see their icons along the top row there. Some pretty good stuff in there, and we'll get a better look at them when we're all in combat together. I need to add him to our formation, though. I think that's fine for scouting. Now, for the battle formation, Durance actually needs to be up closer to Adair, because when you're in the middle of combat, he has a lot of AoEs and things that are centered on him. So, yeah, you want him near the heart of the battle. All right, so let's scout around a little bit. That is a statue of Magran. Durance, unsurprisingly, for all his talk about fire, is a priest of Magran. He is not going to be very forthcoming about himself right now, but we'll learn a lot more about him, maybe more than we wanted to know as we go along. Okay, this is a battle that can actually kick your ass if you're not careful. So I'm going to arrange my guys pretty carefully. There are more wolves here than it looks like. I'm going to get Adair over here to grab their attention. And
you can trust me.
All right. I'm going to focus our ranged guys on killing this little one at first, because the sooner I think that we can diminish their numbers, the easier this will go. Here's where we definitely want a priest. I am going to use this Consecrated Ground. This is one of the centered on him type abilities, but it creates a circle of regeneration. And then I'm going to have him come in here and just start whacking somebody with his staff. He's got a pretty long reach with it, which is nice. And it looks like Adair is going to need a little healing. He has a restore endurance spell at every level, and each one, gets a little more powerful. Where'd that littlest guy go? That's who Olaf needs to be attacking. This is actually getting to be quite a concerning battle here. So I may need to start pulling out some fancy stuff. I really want Tamwen and Olaf to join forces and just kill this little guy. The missiles spells that Olaf gets are nice because they're foe only. I forgot I had that, but no, we don't really need that right now. I'll just do auto attack. Okay, one wolf down. So now I'm going to concentrate those two guys on another random one. He doesn't really need to use that. Okay. We'll just use Minoleta's minor missiles again. Oops, that's not what I meant to use. This does crush or corrode damage. Whenever you see two different types of damage like that, it means it'll use whichever is most advantageous in your situation. Adair needs to use the second wind. You can see that Durance is using his little Healy AoE thing. We could probably stand to use one of these knockdowns here. We could probably stand to use all of his knockdowns. Uh-oh, one of the wolves turned on Durance. I think we don't want that. Do not kill the priest. Alright, we're doing alright here. We're doing better than I thought we would. Adaira's not doing so hot, though. Let's try to minimize the damage that he's doing. We'll knock that guy down. What else have you got? Anything? Nope. Okay. If things start looking really bad for Adair, another ability that priests have that I really love is this withdraw thing, where you can pull somebody out of combat and they regenerate endurance while they're pulled out. But the problem is, look how red Adair is. That's health that's gone, not just endurance. That bar there is gone all red. So you can't regenerate any more endurance than you have health. So it wouldn't be too helpful for him to be regenerating endurance. So since Adair is looking so bad, we want to take a minute to use one of our camping supplies and rest. That makes the party rest for 8 hours. Unfortunately, I think that's going to bring us back in the middle of the night, which is, visibility is not great now. Tamwen is used to skulking around at night, though. I believe in her former life as a drifter wandering the Ishmetal Plains, I think she was not above occasionally finding vulnerable people and mugging them at night. She didn't really have a place to call home, a lot of security, So she resorted to stealing and even, you know, mugging and robbery and stuff just to survive. So she's gotten a little bit callous. And life can be pretty tough for an Orlan unless you grow up among Orlans, which she did for a time, but then some bad things happened.
Before venturing forth.
Okay. She has a little bit of backstory that I'm not quite sure when I want to reveal it to you. But she's got some stuff going on. But because Tamwen is so private about her secrets, I might just let them unfold gradually. This is the perfect place for us to stop since we just used camping supplies. We can now replenish that in here. There is a new and interesting little enemy waiting for us out here. I'm going to have Adair go ahead and just run in here. This is a will-o'-the-wisp. It is a form of spirit. Spirits are tricksy and have all kinds of stuff they can do to you. They have just confused him. Notice his circle turned yellow. He is now, I believe, yeah, confused is literally what the effect is called. He isn't sure who he's fighting for. So he might attack us, he might attack the wisp, it just sort of depends. But now he's green again, we're good. And we're just going to kill this wisp. And they usually drop some, you know, interesting ingredients or whatever. That one, though, just vanished. Usually spirits drop some cool stuff that you can use for making things. Orlan's cradle is what this fungus that grows on walls is called.
I shall be discreet.
I'm not sure if Tamwen takes offense to that or not. Oh, I was going to say earlier, yeah, being an Orlan is... It kind of sucks in this world. People are pretty prejudiced against them. Not only because they're small, but I guess because they're kind of furry and they look a little bit like animals to most humans and elves. And they're seen as sort of sneaky and untrustworthy. Tamwen is not really doing much to disabuse people of that prejudice, but yeah. So this does not look on the face of it like it is necessarily... See, this has a talking icon and a green circle, but do not be fooled. This is a battle encounter. So we're going to have Adair approach. Ludrana is the woman, and she says, "There, that one. Get that one." This can be a difficult battle. But what we're going to do is we're going to lock this guy down with Adair. And have also Durance move in. While Aloth and Tamwen are going to focus on taking out this wizard. Didn't I give him Thrust of Tattered Veils? I know I did. Where is it? That's irritating. Well, for now, we'll just use that. Tamwen. Why did they knock her out of stealth? That's annoying. Tamwen is going to blind the wizard. I always like to take out the wizards first because they're usually pretty squishy and they're not hard to take out. But if you don't, they can do terrible things to you. Like those missiles she just cast at Adair. Ouch. But now this battle should be no problem. It's 4 against 2. Oh! Somebody one-shotted Tamwen. They just knocked her out. She's not dead, but yeah, Tamwen just got cold-cocked and boom. This is what I mean about Tamwen. She's a fragile little gal. We'll do his per encounter here again. this shouldn't last too much longer, but when this battle is over, I have something else cool to show you. Oh, Aloth. Let us... Actually, no, I think a knockdown ought to cover it. Because if they're knocked down, they can't hit Aloth. Did the knockdown not work? What happened there? Aloth used his second wind. Yay! Sometimes the AI is useful. They will actually do things that are... This is a paladin we're fighting. That's why it took so long to kill him. Paladins are pretty tough. So let's look at this. The woman who ordered us killed. First, she has a little letter on her that I do recommend you take a minute to read. But she also has a grimoire. And we're going to give this grimoire to Aloth. And then the rest can just go in stash. But let me show you what that does. So here is a new grimoire. I'm selecting grimoire. And then I go over here. And you can switch between the different spells. Ghost Blades. I can learn that spell for 100 copper. So Aloth, just picture him sitting down. He's grabbed this new book and he's like, "Ooh, give me a minute. I think I could learn this." As far as game mechanics go, you just spend the money and you can learn anything that you find on any other... Oh, I don't have enough money. So I'm going to hang on to this grimoire and use that other spell later when I have the money to learn it. Where is Aloth's grimoire? I need to actually check this out because... Oops, I didn't mean to unequip it. He was supposed to have Thrust of Tattered Veils. I remember... Okay, that's second level, first level. Okay, Thrust of Tattered Veils, but it is not in his grimoire. That's a problem. So, I'm going to remove... Oh, do we have enough to learn this one? We don't. Okay, so I'll remove a spell that he does know. And then we're going to put Thrust of Tattered Veils in there. That's the one I wished I'd had in the other battle. So we don't exactly know why that woman wanted to kill us, but she had a letter from someone with the initial O who was talking about wanting specimens. And it also talked about somebody named Kolsch. She was hunting down Kolsch's men. And I think we heard that name once before also. That's not going to come up for a little while, but just planting the seeds there in your brain, so Kolsch is going to figure in later. Let me check something real quick. Okay, I think we are now going to switch to combat formation. Let Adair lead the way. Or try to, if I can get my controls right. And I think that those are the only really difficult battles on this map, so I can go out of scouting mode and we can just fill the rest in pretty quickly. This battle could be difficult if we get surrounded, but I think Adair should be able to... Yeah, we'll be okay. And then I'm going to have Durance come over here, and we're going to flank this little piggy. And let's do our AoE healing thing quickly, please. Adair is surrounded by piggies. Most of these... Oh, did I already use Blinding Strike? Okay. Most of these battles start off pretty difficult because there are just so many. Also, you can see on Tamwen's portrait there, the thing that looks sort of like a half-closed eye. That's an injury that she got when she was knocked out. And it is causing her some issues. But we're okay. Once we knock one down, the odds increase in our favor, and then it's pretty easy to finish it off from there. I was thinking I wouldn't even really need to use any of Durance's healing stuff, but once again, Adair is not looking great, so let's give him a little help. That was a puny little healing spell. Hardly even worth the trouble. Okay, Adair, start knocking some of these guys down so they're not biting you, okay? We're gonna have to rest again.
You're not...
Knockdown. Alright, time for another rest. As you can see, they get bonuses when they rest, and this is what survival... as you have higher survival, you get more options for... I usually just go with damage reduction anyway, because who doesn't want damage reduction? Oh, now it's light again. So now we can get a better view of this lovely landscape. I love the sort of autumnal colors of the trees here. So yes, this is Magran's Fork. I'm going to go ahead and just finish clearing off this map, and then in the next episode, we will actually reach Anslog's compass. Look at these beautiful Adra formations. Oh, and a corpse there. Should check that out. He's got a fine quality weapon, although none of our people actually use that type of weapon, really. My controller is also about to run out of battery, so it's a good thing we are almost done here. Beautiful Adra formation. So yes, in our next video, we're going to head down to Anslog's compass, and we're going to meet the midwife Ranga, and we're going to discover what's kind of weird about her name. And also, hopefully, we'll find out whether she can help Offra, because if she can help Offra, then Tamwen will probably get some money. One more little guy before we sign off for the day. Let's see if my controller has enough battery to kill a troll. Trolls are interesting, lore-wise. These guys are covered in fungus. Even the lore guide isn't sure. It's like, I don't know, as far as whether the fungus is a natural part of them, or whether their skin is just so moist and gross that fungus naturally grows on it. But trolls are, while technically wilder, they don't even use tools, they don't have any kind of civilization at all. But they do have rudimentary intelligence. And we have just killed our very first one of those. They're often found in forests, occasionally in caves if it's a place where fungus will grow. There's some things for you to read if you want to. We're going to keep finding that guy's stuff everywhere. Fulvano, so watch out for that. Some more ingredients there. And I think that just about does it for the Magran's Fork map. See you next time. Join me in Anslog's Compass.